before we get the show started, I do have to say a couple of disclaimers, okay? Disclaimer number one, I go by that Cuban girl here on the app, but because I was part of an auction a couple of days ago, Goober won my name change, so that's why my name is a little bit different today, and I wanted to honor that during the featured hour. Goober's hermana. So yeah, shout out to Goober, King Goober. He's amazing, a great supporter of mine. So that's why my name is different today. Disclaimer number two, you guys, this is a featured show, which means that we have formats and regulations for the show today. And with that said, one of the things that happens during feature shows is that unfortunately I cannot acknowledge each and every one of you individually because out of respect for the show's format and my guests and such. But I want you to know my comment box is on. I see every gift, every heart, every favorite, sorry. Every favorite, every comment. I'm reading you guys. I'm looking at you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And sometime during the show, I will stop to do shout outs. So do not worry if I don't shout you out right away. I will do shout outs in a little bit later. And there's Goober. Hi, Goober. So, you guys, this is Own It. This is a feature show. This is the show in which you and I become the best versions of ourselves through owning the uniqueness of who we are. And what better way to do that than to uplift each other, to inspire each other, to be nice and kind and gentle with each other, okay? A few things are going to happen during the show today. I am going to be introducing the first guest of the day. Secondly, I'm going to give you the quote of the day based on the topic of the day. So don't go anywhere because I have yet to tell you what the topic is going to be today. After that, I'm going to invite my second guest in the chat box and then in the guest box. And then consecutively, I am going to thank you. I am going to give you the tip of the day, and last but not least, I'm going to bring both my guests back in the in the guest box, okay, for final thoughts. Also, something I like to do every Tuesday, just to say thank you, is whoever's my top gifter of the entire show is going to become my newest bouncer at the end of the show. So do not go anywhere because there are a lot of surprises coming up. So welcome to Own It. If you're just tuning in, welcome, welcome. This is your featured hour with me, that Cuban girl. And today's topic of the day makes me really excited because it is something that I love talking about. And I chose it because both my guests today are really spiritual. They both love the planet, the earth. One's vegan, the other is an advocate for epilepsy. And I really just wanted to make this a very uplifting show and topic. So the topic today is going to be spirituality. And mind you, this is just our opinions. This is not talks about religion at all. Okay, so this is not what this is about. But this is about, however, some talking about something that uplifts our spirit and help us just be better in the long run. And I'm really curious to hear my guests' stories and inputs on all of this because I have my own story and input. Thank you everyone for all the gifts. I appreciate you so, 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 so much. You guys are amazing. So that is the topic of the day today. But if you're just tuning in and if you don't know me and you're just getting to see my live stream for the first time and you're wondering, who is this girl that's doing Own It? Why is she doing this show? Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Like I mentioned before, my name is Cicely. I am, in fact, Cuban. That's why I go by that Cuban girl. That is my brand's name. I grew up in Cuba till I was 14, and after that, I moved to Miami, Florida, and I have been in Los Angeles for the last 10 years of my life. And what I do in Los Angeles is I am in entertainment. If you follow me on Instagram and you check me out on Instagram, you see all the work that I do, all the things I do. I am currently modeling, promo modeling. I'm doing so many things and I'm so grateful, and that's what I've been doing the last 10 years in Los Angeles. And this is why making Own It makes me really happy because I get to bring my knowledge and everything I have experienced to the live streaming community. And also, I get to authentically connect with a lot of people, a lot of you. So it makes me really excited. That's what I do here. Sorry, guys, my internet. And I'm super excited to connect with you guys. So, um, before we get the show started, drop a one in the comment box if you are here for my guest today, if you're part of my guest, um, tribe or friends, or, you're supporting both my guests today. Well, thank you guys for being here. Okay, can my guest request the guest box? Okay, one. Okay, perfect. I got you. So let me introduce my first guest of the day today. One second. My first guest of the day goes by the name of Earthkind. He's a founder of Earthkind Earth Army. He loves the planet we live in, and he is a vegan. Please, everyone, welcome to Own It, Earthkind. I can hear you. No, can you guys hear him?
Sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Check one, two. Check one, two.
You're good.
Right. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Hi, welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. Sorry about that technical issue. I'm glad we're sorted now. Yes. Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Of course. No, thank you for wanting to be part of Own It. I'm super excited to talk to you a little bit and to get to know you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
So, what part of the world are you in?
I live in London. I just turned 39 years old this weekend. So yeah, I've been living. I was born and raised in London my whole life. Yeah, and I speak English, not very well, but I'm here.
I love it. No, welcome to the show. I'm super excited. I know it's probably nighttime over there, so thank you for making the time. Um, so okay, so I know you sent me a bio, but tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, so I have been vegan, as you mentioned earlier. I've been vegan for this is going to be my ninth year after August. I'm going to be on my ninth year running, and I went vegan because I had no idea about veganism, and it was just something that really resonated with me. I was put to shame by someone who was half of my age, and so since then I've been vegan. But I grew up as a vegetarian, and 2 years after me going vegan and learning about the animal agriculture industry, I have been an advocate and attending vegan camp out every year, which is in Oxford in the UK. I stream 24/7 on the other platform that I'm not sure if I can mention, that we split from, that Meet Me split from. So I stream there 24/7, all day, every day. I've been doing almost 7,000 hours till date, consistently. So I'm very proud of my community. I'm proud of the work and the effort that I put into building the community as well. And I've also changed a lot of people's lives for the better, without blowing my own trumpet too loud. It brings me great honor, and um, you know I'm very proud of every single person that has made that transition from a normal traditional lifestyle and diet plan to a more ethical one, because it doesn't only just help the planet, it also helps us and the animals as well.
I love that. So everyone, please keep it respectful in the comment box. So I that's very interesting to me because I have a lot of friends that are vegan. I live in LA, so it's very common in LA for people to be vegan and it's a city where a lot of people are spiritual. So it's very interesting to me that you have that going on in London. Is that something that's typical in London?
Not really, no. I mean, it's been the numbers have been growing substantially over the past few years that I've noticed. The options that are available are also growing. The amount of companies that are popping up all over the world and in London has been doubling pretty much every year. We have something over here called Veganuary, and I work very closely with Veganuary as well with some other vegan apps as a mentor, and so it's actually getting better and easier for a lot of people, the longer it's going on. And just so you know, Veganuary is in January, where the whole month is dedicated to plant-based products. So companies like Burger King, McDonald's, and KFC, and all these other mainstream establishments, they focus mainly on vegan products and plant-based products, which is amazing.
That's really interesting. So, in your opinion, how does being vegan contribute to your spirituality?
Well, that's a really good question, and I'm really glad you put it in that way because, um, you know, a lot of people that I see that claim to be spiritual, also consume animals. And, I often ask people that consume animals that, you know, does the animal really, is it necessary to have the animal in your diet or in your stomach while you're trying to be spiritual? Because at the end of the day, the animal has got a subjective experience of life. And why would we be consuming death when we are trying to elevate in our spiritual journey? So, although some people might say, animals are here for us to eat, I often try and, respond with a question by saying, if they were here for us to eat, then why do they feel pain, suffer, and have joy and a subjective experience of life? They have a central nervous system just like us. They have a natural life expectancy just like us. So if we were to be truly spiritual, we should actually honor their existence as spiritual beings because animals are spiritual beings.
But how about, for example, the oh, I forget the name of it. Is it kosher meat?
Kosher meat, I believe that is meat that has been preyed upon, as in like a holy word has been said upon the meat. Is
Yeah,
that
it's meat that it's animals that have supposedly don't suffer when they die.
Well, every animal has to suffer some consequences when they die. We are taking something away from them, which is their natural life expectancy. And in the animal's eyes, a tradition, a religion, or a culture is irrelevant to them. You know, I often ask, do your beliefs make you a better person, or do your actions make you a better person? And that's something that I like people to sit on and think about.
No, it's very interesting because I've actually never talked to anyone. I mean, I've talked to vegan people, of course. I have friends that are vegan, but no one has ever truly explained it to me like that. So I'm really glad that you are. For everyone tuning in, welcome to Own It. Welcome to this featured hour that happens here exclusively on the live streaming community of Meet Me every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, or if you're on my side of the planet, the West Coast, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. We're here talking about spirituality and being vegan with my first guest of the day, Earthkind, which everybody please favorite him. Make sure that you go check out his streams and support him. This is, in my opinion, this is the whole point of feature shows is for us to help each other, support each other, plug each other in. So make sure that you, thank you, Papa Bear, that you do that. Also, a couple of reminders real quick. This is a feature show, so if I don't acknowledge you individually right away, it's because I can't, out of respect of my guests and meet me's rules and guidelines, right? But I will do shout outs in a little bit. But I'm super grateful that everyone is here today with me. Um, So, Earth kind, when it comes to your spirituality and streaming, how do you blend both together?
That's that's also a very good question. I blend both of them together by, being a trying to be the best example I can be for other people, because as a lot of people know, or are aware that not a lot of vegans expose everything about their lifestyle. So because I stream 24/7, it makes it a little bit easier for myself and for my viewers to understand exactly what I eat every single day, exactly what I buy when I go shopping, and what I wear, and how I do things, and my thought process behind everything. So if someone offers me, an invitation to come out to eat with them, I will brainstorm my thought process on my streams to help people to understand what I'm thinking about, and I'll watch documentaries and videos, and how old people, they just shout at the TV and they pour out their thoughts. I do the same thing. I always think out aloud. So to blend it in, I just have the stream running 24/7, and I get on with my day-to-day life, as well as engaging and mentoring those people that are also um, trying to make that transition. And I share those transitions with everybody. So it's very transparent. Um, that's a very good question. I never thought that someone would ask me something like that, but maybe I will put more thought into making that a more straightforward answer. But that's
It's okay. Yeah, no, I'm glad that I asked you something that got you thinking. I love that. So your streams, you stream out Meet Me how regularly?
on Meet Me. I need to stream more often. I actually used this account as a backup account before the split happened, but I'm a resident of the POF platform, and so you'll find me there 24/7, all day, every day. So yeah, I will start making more streams on Meet Me as well.
I love that. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts with me today. I loved having you. Anything that you want to shout out?
I just want to shout out all the people in the comments that have favorited me and gifted me as well. I want to shout out any of my family that are in here as well. I appreciate you all, Brian. I also want to give you a shout out as well. Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm going to stay here for the until the end of the show.
Thank
And
you. No, I
yeah,
loved having you too. But actually, we're not done because if you're still around, I'd love to bring you back at the end with my other guests as well. Okay.
I'll be waiting.
Okay. I'll see you soon. Thank
All right.
you.
See you soon.
How nice was that, my loves? That was amazing, right? Hey, that was so, so good. So, welcome to Own It, everybody. If you're here for the first time, hello, nice to meet you. I'm Cicely. I am 100% Cuban, born and raised. I go by that Cuban girl on the app. However, because I did an auction and King Goober won me on an auction, my name is a little different today, but don't worry, in a couple of days, it'll go back to that Cuban girl. Just wanted to put that out there. So shout out to King Goober who's here today. Thank you for the love and the support. And welcome to Own It. If you are one of my friends returning, like Papa Bear, hello. It's so nice to see you again, Papa Bear. Please go favor him. He's amazing. And if you're new here, this is Own It. This is a featured show that happens here exclusively on Meet Me every single Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time or 2 p.m. Pacific Time. And on this show, we talk about things that just make us better, things that inspire us. This is a high vibe community, positive community. And thankfully and luckily, I've been able to make so many amazing friends, like my friend Velma, who just joins right now. And I'm so proud of my community. So, Own It, it's all about you and I becoming the best versions of ourselves through owning the uniqueness of who we are. I always say this in every single show, but I love mentioning this because I have found in my own life that only through truly owning who you are and owning your story and owning the uniqueness of your being is how you can create or be successful in anything in life. And it doesn't matter if your story or my story is different. I know we're not the same, none of us are, but I do believe that everyone's story is worth sharing. And this is what Own It is all about. On this show, I have two amazing guests every single week, and we share our stories, our thoughts, we promote each other, we support each other, and we grow this community, right? And that is the whole point of having feature shows. Um, I also want to say that I'm really grateful for my friends and my bouncers that are here. And that reminds me to stay all the way towards the end of the show, because I'm going to be naming my newest bouncer at the very end of the show, which is going to be my top supporter of the day. And if that supporter is already a bouncer, then they get to assign the bouncing powers to somebody that they want. Okay. Just for me, saying thank you for supporting me and being here. So with that said, you guys, thank you for being here. I'm gonna go and give quick shout outs to my top five. Five, Texas, thank you. Number four, Deadshot. Deadshot was my guest 2 weeks ago. Thank you, Deadshot. Number three, don't worry, I'm here. Okay, thank you for being here. Number two, Cariño. Number one, my dear friend, King Goober. So you guys, I appreciate you all for being here. I'm going to go ahead and these little things are funny. The black pool balls are really funny. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share the quote of the day with you today. Um, it's about spirituality because our topic of the day is spirituality. And I do want to remind you before I move on, please connect with me on Instagram, because I am always on IG. I always reply to DMs, even, as long as you're respectful, I'll reply to you. I always check my hidden messages. So I want to connect with you. Make sure that you check me out on there. And if you want to be part of the show, make sure you hit me up on IG, be like, hey, Cicely, or that Cuban girl, I have a great idea for a topic. I think you would love this. I'm always open to that. Okay. So you guys, the quote of the day right now is, I'm going to wait 1 second. Can you hear me? Okay. Um, okay. Can you guys hear me now? I think it's good now. Okay, thank you. Quote of the day: the spiritual journey is the unlearning of fear and the acceptance of love. The spiritual journey is the unlearning of fear and the acceptance of love. And I read this quote and I really loved it, because I think that when we go about life in fear of anything, so many things, right? um we block ourselves from a lot of blessings. And I think that, in my opinion, the only way that we can actually make a difference in someone's life or even in our lives is through love, through understanding that love is what changes. Love is what really can shift anyone from a bad place to a good place. So that is just my opinion, but I read that quote and I loved it and I wanted to share it with you guys. So, real quick, you guys, welcome to Own It. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the favorites. Thank you for everything. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. Sorry, the dog was like, things that happen live. The dog was like scratching the door. Welcome, you guys, and thank you so much for your love, your support, for the favorites, for absolutely everything, and being here. This is Own It, and if I don't know you, if you're just tuning in and finding this show, I invite you to favor me and keep in touch with me, because I love building our community on here. Let me show you. I'll show you guys the little one. This is the little one. He's only 9 months. So yeah, you guys, thank you again for being here. Toulouse. I am now gonna go into welcoming my second guest of the day. Toulouse, are you gonna be quiet? Sorry, guys. Okay, let me do the introduction. for the second guest of the day. Um, Let me see. Did they request the guest box? Can you request the guest box, please? Thank you guys. Yeah, he's adorable, but he's a little crazy. Okay, perfect. So let me introduce her. She is a single mom. She's a professional photographer. She's a blogger, and she's also an advocate for epilepsy. Please, everybody, welcome to Own It, Katerina.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Oh, look at your little one.
Good. How are you? Thank you for
Um,
having me.
of course. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Own It. It's so nice to meet you.
Hi, Teddy. How are you?
So, Katerina, introduce yourself and tell us all who you are.
So my name is Katarina. Well, they actually call me Katarina because a lot of times they don't know how to pronounce my name correctly. As I am Eastern European, I was born and raised in Czech Republic, the most beautiful country and city ever. I actually moved to Florida about when I was 12 years old and lived there with my family. And that's where all the whole epilepsy advocacy started in the first place. Then when I was 22 years old, I decided to pretty much continue with my career as a modeling. I did some modeling in Florida when I was a teenager, and I ended that career and decided to move to Chicago, pursue my photography degree, and just enjoy living my life in the city as I am a big city girl. And
I
here,
love that.
yep. So
I am now watching the Vampire Diaries, and when you said Katerina and you're from Czech Republic, I was like, oh.
yep. Dobrý den, Goober. Jak se máš?
So, Katerina, how did your advocacies like started actually?
So I was diagnosed with epilepsy at the age of 7. That's when I still lived back in my country in Czech Republic. Yes, Prague, correct. And back then, back in the 80s and early 90s, the whole medication and health and everything, helping others with their health condition of seizures was just really bad. It was just not wasn't there for me. So when my parents decided to move to the United States to better my life because of my health condition, I started as a teenager. I started working, not working, but participating and volunteering a lot at the Florida Epilepsy Advocate. It was actually based off Miami and Orlando. So my parents would always drive me, and we would do a lot of researching. We would be doing a lot of therapy and then volunteering. So that's how it all started. Then I started working with other people. I started with working with other children, especially children, as I do have 2 children myself. I started teaching my son, especially my son since he is the oldest one. I started teaching him how to proceed in case I do have a seizure. So that's
So,
pretty.
what would you say it's your biggest struggle with epilepsy?
My biggest struggle, honestly, now that I'm older, I don't have any struggles. I had same struggles as I have every day as adult, as a parent. But when I was younger, my biggest struggles was when doctors would always tell me like I won't be able to do a lot of things. I won't be able to drive. I won't be able to have children. I won't be able. I'm not allowed to smoke, for example. I have to eat healthy. I can't play sports. There's been so many struggles as a teenager that I was told that I could never do because of my seizures. There would be times where I would have 4 or 5 seizures a day easily. So that was the biggest struggle, I would say. But I went and I did
Wow.
the opposite. Yeah.
Okay, so you have been able to control it more now as an adult, right? How, with medication?
Medication, and also as you get older, especially when you have a children, your hormones do change. So a lot of it in your body, the hormonal, does change you as a person. There's times I have met people who are my age. I am 38 years old. So I met people who has the same condition as I do. They are my age. They have no kids. and they're doing a lot better. And I met people who have children and they're still struggling based off having two, three, four seizures a day. Yeah.
Well, I love that you're sharing your story and that you're an advocate for that. And, if anyone would want to be an advocate or help in any way, how would they do it?
Research, a lot of researches. You have to get yourself connected with a lot of different organizations. Like I first started with the Cleveland Clinic, and then I expanded by traveling since I do travel a lot and I enjoy traveling, not just for photography, not just for fun, but traveling outside of different states to see and then discover other people's conditions and how they handle their epilepsy, how they handle their life with epilepsy. So me starting with a Cleveland Clinic was a great opportunity for me because then I started expanding myself to like the Epilepsy Foundation of America. So Epilepsy Foundation of America is based off the whole United States of America, and then we just travel to a whole lot of different cities and states, and we do a lot of the like the 5K run, walk, charity events, like stuff like that. That's how it all started.
Amazing. Everybody that's just tuning in, welcome to Own It. This is a featured show. This is the featured hour that happens exclusively on the Meet Me community every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time or 2 p.m. Pacific Time if you're on my side of the world. And on Own It, we learn how to become the best versions of ourselves through owning the uniqueness of who we are. Every Tuesday, I have two amazing guests, and we talk about a common topic of the day, but also they share their stories and whatever it is that they want to share with the community. And the intention is for all of us to support each other, plug each other in, and grow our community. And my second guest of the day today is Katerina, who lives in Orlando, in Florida, right?
I grew up in Florida now. I live in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. I love
Yeah,
that. I was there last year.
yeah, yes.
Amazing. So Katerina has a great story. She's an advocate for epilepsy. Everybody favored her, show some love, and go to her streams. Katerina, I'm curious to know how did streaming come about in your life?
So, one second, there's a plane.
No worries.
That's the joy of living in the city, you know? You get the planes above your head 24/7. Good question. How I got into streaming. So I started on Plenty of Fish as just your regular dating site. You know, you go on dating site to date people, and then I was asked by a friend if I want to try Meet Me because Meet Me is much better than Plenty of Fish. So 10 years ago, actually, 9 years ago, it was 9 years ago I got into Meet Me, and
Wow.
I started streaming consistently about 6 years ago, and then I took a break because I was very busy with work and my kids, plus I wasn't really honestly not enjoying the streaming. And then about a year ago I got myself back into streaming and trying to like, get somewhere and just enjoy meeting new people and growing with people and learning much more about everybody's stream and what their stream is about.
Someone in the comments said respect. I know, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Because
no.
I've only been streaming, well, not only, but it's gonna be 2 years in August, so like a year and a half now, something like that. But yeah, that's real dedication. That's true. 6 years, that's a long time.
Yeah, yeah, and it was not about the diamonds, to be honest with you. It was just about just streaming and enjoying the stream and meeting new people. But I just felt like I was kind of getting bored with it at the time. Plus, I was so busy. My kids are very busy kids, so I never really had time for this app. But so then I took a break and I just continued with my traveling the world with my children and just working 60, 70 hours a week. And now it's like I got myself back little by little into it again. Yeah.
So, what's an advice that you would give someone on here who maybe has a disability or something that they think that they might stop them from being a streamer, from doing anything in life?
As simple. Just be yourself and always keep your head up high because I look at it this way. Whether I have one seizure a day or 15 seizures a day, that it will never stop me from who I am. I am who I am, and If they cannot accept you for who you are, then they're not the right people to be around. Yeah.
100%. I love that so much. So based on the topic of the day today, we're talking about spirituality. You seem to care a lot about people and be kind. Does spirituality, like, what does that mean to you? Or is this something that you're acquainted with, or?
To be completely honest with you, when it comes to spirituality, I don't really follow it. I don't, and it's a simple thing as just, always just to make sure you are very happy with yourself and just follow your dreams. But I really, and it's kind of crazy to say that, but my daughter loves learning about spirituality. Me,
No, and
it's like, no, not really. I know I sound so rude to say it like that, but it's like just be happy, always work hard and then play harder and then just continue achieving your goals and dreams in life. That's my main focus in life.
no, but that's 100%. You don't have to feel bad about it or anything. It's your opinion, and that's okay. That's how you feel. I was just curious to know. But actually, even spirituality is just, you being an advocate for epilepsy. That's you being kind. That's part of being spiritual. We're all spiritual beings. So, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be like a thing for you.
Right,
I
yeah, no,
love that.
absolutely, yeah, epilepsy has been part of my life big time because like I've been living with it all my life and I'm 38 years old. So I'm always constantly like nonstop doing something with that. It's a great thing to even learn, even if you don't have epilepsy or you don't know nothing about it. It's a great way to learn about it because epilepsy is very common thing, just like cancer, just like autism is. And I'm part of a lot of those advocacy too. I do a lot of that stuff because I have a lot of friends with cancer or autism. So we all do a lot of different charities and everything.
Do they know what causes it?
Epilepsy? It honestly it varies. Sometimes it's based off the nerve. So like how do I explain it correctly? So let's say you're pregnant with a child, you have a cold sore, which is unpredictable, that's just out of your control that you have a cold sore, and then your child could be born with epilepsy because of those germs. Or like with me, for example, I was 7 years old when I got diagnosed with epilepsy, and the reason why I got diagnosed with epilepsy is based off because I was born with meningitis.
Mm,
I had meningitis, so that's how it all started. So, but
okay, interesting.
there's definitely a lot of different ways. It could be brain tumor, it could be a brain injury, it could be part of autism, and then a lot of people that I work with, mainly children uh, who have autism, has epilepsy too because it all combines together. Yeah.
Interesting. Thank you for telling us that. Well, I have loved chatting with you. I'm going to bring you back in about 5 minutes if you're around.
Absolutely. Yes, of course.
Is there anything you want to shout out?
No, I just want to say thank you for everybody, listening my story, and I enjoy streaming with everybody, so it's always nice that I meet new people. Absolutely, you're a wonderful person, and I'm glad that Jay kind of told me about you and asked me if I want to do this because I do enjoy it. It's a great thing to learn and put it out there to the world.
Thank you so much, Katarina. I really loved meeting you as well. And everybody go favor her, and she's going to be back in a few minutes, okay?
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
So you guys, how nice was she? That was amazing. I love meeting so many people here on the show every Tuesday. If you're just tuning in right now, welcome. This is Own It with me, that Cuban girl. I know my name is a little different today, auction things, but I'll be back in a couple of days with that Cuban girl. That's how I go by on the app, and that's how you can look me up. But my name is Cicely. I am Cuban. I live in Los Angeles. I am a model. I'm in entertainment. I'm a host. I do a lot of different things. And I love doing this show here every Tuesday on the live streaming community of Meet Me. I love the community. I love you guys. And I love meeting new people. And if you don't know me, I encourage you to favor me and to follow me on Instagram or DM me. And, I'm super friendly. I always answer to everyone who's respectful, and I'm open to opinions and feedback, etc. Also, if you want to be part of the show and be on the guest list, make sure that you contact Emoji J, who's the admin for a lot of shows on here. He's my admin and he takes care of the guest list and everything. Um, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, just thank you for being here, guys. I want you to know that even though I don't address you individually because it is a feature show, right? I see every heart. So whoever's doing the hearts, thank you. I see every gift. Thank you for the love, support, the favorites, and just your presence and being here, listening and being respectful and being part of the conversation. That means a lot to me and to my guests. And make sure that you stay in touch with my guests as well because they're wonderful people and they're actually going to be back before the featured hour is over. Okay. But right now, I'm going to go into a few shout outs for the day and then I'm going to go into the tip of the day. And then I'm going to bring back my two guests. And then lastly, I'm going to be appointing the new bouncer of the day. Okay, so there's a lot that we have to cover still. So a few shout outs. First shout out of the day to my amazing friend on here, Papa Bear. And if you don't know Papa Bear, make sure you favor him. You check out his streams. He's great. He's one of my bouncers. He always steps in every time that Emoji J is not able to be here. He's part of the fam, and I love Papa Bear. He's amazing. He's also an advocate for autism. He's on the spectrum and he's an amazing person. And the second shout out of the day goes to King Goober, who won me in the auction a few days ago. And it's a great friend of mine as well. And just to everyone who showed up today to support their friends, their guests, Earthkind and Katerina. Thank you guys. It's nice meeting you all. So I am going to shout out my top five again. So number five, Dead Shot. Number four, Don't Worry, I'm Here. Number three, Cariño. Number two, Papa Bear. Number one, King Goober. Whoever is my top gifter of the day at the end of the show is going to be my newest bouncer. If that person is already a bouncer, then they get to assign bouncing powers. If they're not here, then it goes down the list and so on and so forth. So we'll see who's the bouncer today because I think King Goober is already a bouncer and Papa Bear is a bouncer too. So we'll see what happens. But you guys, what else? Okay, so today's topic is spirituality. And this is very interesting today because we have different opinions on the show, which I love because we don't all have to agree. Never. Like, we're all different. We have different life experiences. I'm not here to impose anything on anyone. I do want to share my opinion, what spirituality has done for me and why it has been so important in my life. But this, again, is just my opinion, okay? For example, we have one of my guests who's vegan. I personally consider myself a very spiritual person, but I am not vegan. And, I think it's a cultural thing, like growing up in Cuba, right? We ate a lot of animals and it's old habits die hard, you know what I mean? But for me, spirituality has been pivotal in my life, especially being in a city like Los Angeles, which, if you're not familiar with, it is very crazy to live here. Some people can be very challenging. Lifestyle can be very challenging. The industry can be very challenging. And so the only thing that keeps me grounded is my faith, spirituality, self help books, meditation, all these things that I always talk to you guys about, right? I feel like I sound like an old record, but these are things that have truly helped me and inspired me, and they help me wake up every day, and they've gotten me out of really dark places in the past. And that's why I share with you guys to just have an open mind, at least like personal growth or self-help books, or just to look for more information or to look into meditation, which is like super it really can take your mind out of a lot of different things. So I would recommend you try meditating even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes um, a day if you can, or a couple times a week. But it really, really makes a difference, especially if you are an overthinker. Meditation truly helps. But yeah, so that's basically is my tip of the day. Just to stay grounded. There's a lot of things I do that I consider spiritual, which, I have a patio in my house and I love walking barefoot, and I'm a total tree hugger. I have no shame admitting it because I believe in what I believe, and I believe that nature gives us a lot of power, and it gives us a lot of, it recharges our energy. This is just what I believe. So I walk barefoot, I hug trees. I'm also a Taurus. My birthday's next month. So I'm an earth sign. If you know anything about signs and you believe in that, um, Papa Bear, you're funny. So, I'm an earth sign. So for me, the earth is super important. And that's how I personally recharge. So that's basically my tip of the day. It's nothing, it's not rocket science, but it's also to be kind, to appreciate everyone, and to treat people with respect. Okay. I think it's so important when we treat each other with respect, and we understand each other, and we don't try to impose ourselves on other people. Oh, happy belated birthday, Katerina. So, you guys, with that said, that was the tip of the day from me today. Is King Goober here? Are you here, King Goober? I don't think he's here. I don't think he's back. So, we're reaching the end of the featured hour, but we're not going to go home before we actually invite back both my guests today to the guest box, Earthkind and Katerina, for final thoughts and for a final question that I love asking my guests every single Tuesday, that is related to the show, and I'm just curious to know what their opinion is. So, can both my guests request the guest box again, please? And while I wait for them to do that, I want to invite you guys to follow me on Instagram, to DM me, to connect with me. I think my Instagram is on my description. If it's not, Papa Bear, can you type my Instagram real quick, please? Connect with me. Make sure you also come back next Tuesday for another amazing episode. If you have any feedback or any topic ideas, please DM me. If you want to be a guest on the show, or you know somebody who would love to be a guest on the show, make sure that you let Emoji J know. And let's just be kind to each other and support each other.
Thank you for having me back. Yeah.
Of course. Okay, there we go. Welcome back, both of
Hi,
you.
Thank
Earth.
you. Thank you for having me.
Do you both know each other?
We just met through mutual friends recently.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. And you get to do the show together. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So I basically wanted, there's a question that I like asking all my guests at the end of the show, which is, what is one thing that you can own up about yourself that has helped you in your journey?
Hmm.
I'll have Earth go first.
Um. So I think the best thing that I can own that's helped me along my journey is learning patience and learning to listen before I speak. That is one thing that has been extremely challenging for me throughout my life with ADHD, and I struggle to, hold on to my thought process, while somebody else is speaking. But I've gotten better over time, to try and hold space, listen, process, and then respond. Because that is really really important, not just for me, but it's also important for other people as well. Because we all love talking about ourselves. We all love expressing ourselves, but we don't often acknowledge what the other person is going through, or what their process patterns are like. So yeah, I think the best way to answer that would be to have more patience. And I think, yeah, that's, if that answers your question,
Hmm.
It does. Yeah, thank you.
Yep, I absolutely agree. 100% I agree with Earth said, because I used to struggle with that same thing. I used to struggle with patience. I was always the type of person that would never had a patient. And especially after I had my children, if I felt like it got even worse, my patience just, I had zero patience for my kids. But I feel like as my children got older, they kind of taught me how to have patience, especially with the way my life is. So answer to your question is, for me, I would have to say, for many many years I have struggled with how to allow myself to enjoy life. I was very very. I had a really bad anxiety and panic attacks. Had a really bad depressions for years and years because of my seizures, because of my epilepsy, because I felt like I was different. I was not like everybody else. But so that took me many, many years. And I went through counseling for years and years, and that never helped me. I had friends talk to me. I even till this day, I have people on this app talk to me about it. And sometimes I catch myself still having a panic attack. But like Earth said, listening and observing, that's what it is, because life's too short. Tomorrow's not promised. So me removing my anxiety, my panic attacks, my stress is, you know what, pack a suitcase, take a trip, and go on vacation somewhere. That's how I
Love
release
that.
my stress. Yes. And a lot of people could tell you that that's what I do. And it's smart, but it's not smart, especially if you're a single mom. It's smart, but it's not smart. But it's like, yeah, the bills can wait. We're packing and we're going to Hawaii.
I love that. I
So
love
yeah,
that.
yeah, I would have to say that honestly, 2 years ago, me and my kids, so long story short, I have to take at least one trip, one vacation a year, at least one. Well, 2 years ago, I have told myself before 2022 started, so technically new year of 2021, I said next year in the year of 2022, yeah, we're gonna take more than three trips, more than three vacations. Well, I have accomplished that by we took six vacations in that year of 2023. Yeah, how I did that as a single mom, I have no idea, but I was so proud of myself because it was the best feeling ever. So yeah,
I
definitely.
love that. And I'm so proud of you for doing that as a single mom. I love that so much.
Thank you. Yes, yes, definitely. That's my therapy. I always say that is my therapy. As a woman, as you're a woman, you like to shop, spend money, or you like to take pictures, do photography, and to me, I feel like photography is the main reason why I enjoy traveling. Not just because tomorrow isn't promised, we're not promised to wake up tomorrow, but I feel like photography is the reason why I'm gonna be like, okay, we're going to Hawaii. Let's go. I'm gonna take some beautiful pictures. So
I
that's
love that.
yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being here today. I have truly loved connecting with you. I favored both of you, so hopefully it's not the last time we speak or see each other during the streams. Thank you again for your beautiful energy and sharing your stories. And to everyone on here, please make sure that you favorite them, that you check out their streams. Talking about streams, when can people find you online?
Go Earth.
Thank you. So like I said, I stream 24/7 on POF. So you can find me there any time of day, and on my POF account as well. I have my Instagram and I have my Snapchat link to that too. And I will be streaming on here as well. I just need to build my platform on this account. Like I said, I use this for a backup. But yeah, on POF is my main account where I stream, and I know, there's a big battle between which one's better. But my loyalty has always lied with the first account that I had. So yeah, POF is where you can find me 24/7, all day, every day.
Okay.
I love that. Sorry to interrupt you. I love that because I'm also so loyal and I've been on Meet Me from the very beginning. And I'm like, I'm not going to the other side. I'm
Right.
good.
Right.
Right, right. I absolutely agree. I do have a POF account, like a backup, but yeah, I don't go on it. I've been so dedicated to Meet Me, and I've been on and off on Meet Me for so many years. Where now I'm trying to build myself back up again, little by little. But usually, 90% of the time, I would stream from like 8 p.m. Central Time, so that's 9 p.m. Eastern Time, till about, I don't know, midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. But right now, you'll always find me streaming. I'll be streaming. A lot of times I stream in the morning, 7 a.m. Eastern Time, and sometimes I stream throughout the day. But yeah, definitely you will find me streaming more likely 8 p.m. my time, which is 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's when you'll find me streaming.
I I have one more thing to say, but this is just going back to what the host was saying earlier about meditation and spirituality. Just for anyone that finds it difficult to meditate, I find that meditation is so simple. It can be as little as just focusing on the ridges and the fingerprints of your fingers, just for as long as you can feel every little fingerprint, or the little texture of your fingers. If you can focus on one thing, it could be anything: the texture of the table, the texture of your fingertips, the texture of your fingernails, anything of that nature, and focus on it. That is a form of meditation. So I just wanted to quickly dial back onto how simple meditation can be, because you touched on a very good point, and it's not rocket science. And you know, I just wanted
And
to.
you know what, Earth? That's pretty. That's a good point that you said it, because with me, I used to do yoga.
Hmm.
I kind of got sometimes into meditation when I was younger, but I kind of found that boring. But that was when I was younger, obviously.
Hmm.
But it's crazy that you say that, because every time I travel, anywhere I go, especially when we were in Hawaii 2 years ago, we took the class, the meditating. I'm like, okay, let me try this again. I mean, you're in Hawaii. I mean, it's a beautiful island. Like, why not, right? It's not like you're doing it in the backyard of Chicago, right? So I did it, and like you said, it is amazing. It is a good feeling by the water, and you hear nothing but the water and just peacefulness. So yeah, I agree. I do enjoy meditating, but I could only do it only if I'm somewhere else but my house. Can't do it at my house. I can't. I feel so weird.
Yeah, I hear you. But meditation is the most powerful when you're in chaos as well.
Mhm.
If you can calm yourself and slow your heart rate down within chaos, that is where you're hitting it. You're hitting it
Absolutely.
right. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I agree. 100%, especially when you have
Mm.
kids.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you, Earth, also for your input on that, because you couldn't have put it in better, simpler ways. And I appreciate you sharing that and helping us with that. Thank you to both of you, Katerina and Earth, for being here today. I have really loved meeting you and talking to you.
Yes.
Likewise.
Yeah, and I hope I see you soon, you guys.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You
absolutely.
will.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Take care.
Of
Bye
course.
bye.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
You guys, how amazing was that? I loved my new two friends, my newest two friends. They have been amazing. I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here. Once again, Papa Bear, shout out to you. Thank you for just your presence, your energy, for being here, for being present, for your hearts, your gifts, whatever your favorites, even just chatting in the comment box. A lot of times it doesn't have to be about the diamonds or the big shebang, but like even just your energy and being part of the show, it means a lot to me. And I hope I see you again next Tuesday. Remember, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And before we get done with the featured hour, thank you. I do need to quickly give shout outs to my top gifters of the show, of the stream today. Number 5, Emoji J's Cap Girl. Thank you. Number 4, don't worry, I'm here. I love that username. Number 3, Cariño. Number 2, Papa Bear. Thank you. And number 1, my dear friend King Goober. Okay, so the rules are my number 1 becomes my new bouncer, but Goober is already a bouncer. So Goober, you get to assign the bouncing powers to somebody that you want that's here today. Who is it going to be, King Goober? Goober. You can either text it or you can join the guest box and say it. Up to you. Awkward silence time. Goober, everyone's waiting for you to assign the newest bouncer of the stream. Katerina! Okay, King Goober has spoken. Katerina is the newest bouncer of the stream. But you know what? I've truly, truly appreciated both my guests, and I've had generally such an amazing time. because Katerina was a guest and she's now a bouncer, I'm also going to assign Earthkind as a bouncer as well, because they've been great. So let me see, Katerina, you are now one bouncer. Where is Earthkind? Where Earthkind? Can you type something on here real quick? Cause I don't see you. Where did he go? You're welcome. Okay, perfect. So we got two new bouncers today. Goober, thank you so much for assigning the bouncers, and to both my guests for becoming my newest friends on here and part of my community. I truly appreciate you guys. I'm so grateful that you guys are here. Thank you, Earth. And yeah, you guys, that's it for the featured hour. I do have to stream the next couple of days to honor the name change that Goober earned during the auction. So I will be streaming the next couple of days. So watch out for my streams. And just thank you guys. I'll see you guys next Tuesday here on Meet Me. So you and I can own it. Bye, my loves.